Yo, what up, guys? Ashri here, bringing you on the live news. Now, the latest news is coming up is that Bill Clinton pitches for President Obama again in Miami. The hottest tickets in Miami on Tuesday wasn't for Marlins game or Dolphins game. It was for a seat at the Florida International University Arena, where former President Bill Clinton stumped for President Obama again. Again, people. Tickets to the event were snatched up quickly over the prior 2 days as people hoped for a repeat performance of his humorous yet electrifying speech at the Democratic National Convention, considered by many as the best address of best political powwows. In fact, nearly 30% of people polled by CNN said Clinton's speech was the best of the Democratic gathering, while only 16% gave it to the current president and 15% gave the nod to to First Lady Michelle Obama. So expect the former praise to for the making the round north through November, fresh off his memorable speech at the DNC convention. Clinton, who many pundits say has the Bubba factor that will help the president sway white, blue collar, undecided voters, is poised to become the Obama campaign go to booster in the swing states. Clinton opened his speech at FIU in the outskirts of Miami with moments of silence to remember the victims of September 11, 2001 attacks, but told the audience the best memorial would be go out and register to vote and vote. But while he toned down his criticism of Republican nominee Mitt Romney, Clinton did draw distinct difference between Obama's policies and plans, and the GOP platform. And mostly he hammered the difference in three areas that are likely to play well in Florida and to the audience: healthcare, higher education, and federal spending. Clinton acknowledged that 8.1% employment rate and the slow pace with which the economy seems to be sliding back, but urged the 2300 gathered where the FIU Panthers normally plays to give Obama more time to get it done. He also seemed to subtly slams the "Are you better off?" campaign from the Romney side that asked people if things are improved in 4 years. The test is not whether you think everything is hunky-dory, Clinton said. If that were the test, that president would vote again against himself. While he seemed to ramble on more than he did last week, with too many details on figures that should stay minutiae in the big picture politics being decided, Clinton did get a laugh when he brought up the numbers game he played at the DNC gathering in Charlotte, NC. That's the arithmetic, he said. Clinton's endorsement of the president carries well, pundits and observers say, because the two men were once at odds when the former president's wife, now Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, ran in the president ran in the primary against Obama. Now allies Obama needs Clinton as stalwart as soldier for the Democratic Party as they came to help him with the white collar voters and independents. Observers note that Clinton speaks their language and is able to connect more with some of those non-fringe voters than Obama, who often comes off overeducated. The Democrats also think he can turn a few Republicans around. After all, Clinton, who is called the great conciliator for working and both parties, has 69% favorability rating that can't be just Democrats alone. And some say Clinton needs Obama and this suddenly thrust back into the limelight and Democratic parties radar in his wife wants to run the president in 2016. Excuse me. So, what is irrefutable is that Clinton has become the POTUS best surrogate of the Democratic National Convention. Clinton's stop in Miami was the first of two campaign events in Florida, the first swing state to get a visit from the former president. He is expected to be in Ohio later this week and to get called upon frequently in his new role as head attack dog for the Obama campaign. The first event fell on the anniversary of the terrorist attack on the World Trade Center, and Clinton, who had been president just a year earlier, said it would be a bad mistake for people to sit election day out, and that it would be a slap in the face to the victims and the men and women who have fought and died in Iraq and Afghanistan. The least we can do is show up and vote, he told appreciative appreciative crowd. Polls indicate that while Obama leads Romney in national security issue, it's not a priority for voters who are more concerned about job creation and turning the economy around. In July, the CBS News New York Times poll found that 54% said the economy and the jobs were the most important issues in deciding their president vote, and only 37% rate terrorism and security extremely important. That's sharp contrast to the first election after the 2001 attacks, when almost two of every three voters in 2004 said the security and protection of the US was the number one issue when voting for president. While the president and his challengers, Republicans nominee Mitt Romney, took a break from rallies and pulled their attack ads for one day in honor of the 9/11 attacks victims. They each had surrogates stumping for them and couldn't completely drop the campaign in less than 60 days to go before election day. Romney was scheduled to speak at the annual conference of the National Guard Association of the United States, whose members were deployed as the part of U.S. response to the attacks. Meanwhile, Vice President Joe Biden attended a memorial service in Pennsylvania where one of the hijacked airliners crashed after the passengers on board took the control away from the terrorists. On Wednesday, Clinton will make a similar appearance at the Rosen Plaza in Orlando. His 2 day tour of the Sunshine State comes 2 days after Obama's own 2 day tour, which included stops in Melbourne, Kissimmee, and West Palm Beach. So these are the news coming up, guys. For more news and updates, subscribe and like. Peace.